Sweet. This is called Gretna Lake. Oh, there's some little ducklings over there. Yeah. My usual beautiful, bright, cheery morning face. Showered on me all night long. I think maybe I've gone about no more than 5 hours without hitting a shower so far in this thing. I think the first day until all the way until I got to Rocky Pass. Basically, as soon as I entered this valley. Anyway. Well, the sun has been peeking out a bit. Not as much as it was yesterday, but still, it feels good. Whenever the sun hits you, it feels good. Oh, it does. Can't see very far that way, but I'm just assuming that there's more showers on the way, What do you do? But I'm getting a nice break in to get my coffee and my breakfast in, so, hey, count your blessings. When the result of the constant rain is that my boots are wet. So that sucks. So first thing I had to do this morning was put on wet socks and put them back in the boots, because there's absolutely no point putting dry socks in wet boots. And of course it rained last night, so there's no break for these boots. That's the thing, these big boots, they're great, but I mean, no boots are gonna stand up to 3 days of constantly hammering through wet weeds and stuff, right? It's just a non-stop assault of water. So they're wet, and you know what? They're very hard to get dry. First I need all this stuff to dry off. So I need like a full night without any rain type thing. And then, I need a full day of walking through that dry stuff in this, and my feet will just start warming it up at that point. And then the next day I can put on some dry socks and put them in there, and then that'll be like, after a day of that, they'll be like 80% dry. But that's, it takes 2 or 3 days, unless you're gonna get a roaring fire going and put those beside it, but at that point you're risking melting the damn things, and they're expensive, right? One thing about a crappy site like this is you're not motivated to hang around. Just pack up and go. And another thing about the primitive sites is, because your tent is right beside your eating area, like you have no choice in that matter, unless you're gonna go right into the bush and find something out there. Which, good luck with that around here. While my oatmeal is cooling, because that takes forever if there's no water source nearby, I can go and, go to the bathroom, I can take down my tent, I can take care of my chores, and then come eat my breakfast and leave. Well, I'm starting out in full rain gear today. I think I'm gonna be brushing by a lot of trees. And, yesterday I kind of got away with it, but today not so much. One thing I've learned from the register and from my little excursion yesterday at the register at Rocky Forks Patrol Cabin is that Astoria Outfitters does loops through the Southesk Loop. So that means they use that trail, like the trail I did yesterday, going up to Rocky Forest Horse. But this next part, going to Climax, is dying dead trail. I don't think anyone uses it. Climax is not an official campground. It's been taken off. You can't even register at it. I just booked this one twice, right? So that Parks Canada would get their money and stuff. And, So the next 10 kilometers to Climax is going to be interesting. Dying trail. Yeah, let's see how this goes. This is how we're beginning. This is probably a good section of trail. Just brushing by stuff, right? It's to be expected on old trails. Well, these are wonderful limestone cliffs. I think the snow is not supposed to be here. I think it's new. I think last night it snowed a little bit. Up there anyway. Unfortunately this way, the clouds have actually gotten low enough that obstructs a few of my views, but I am coming back through tomorrow, so. So here we have our first little rock crossing of the day. Another way to do things instead of looking for the Parks Canada stuff is blazes, right? Blaze, 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 blaze. Oh, I'll just follow those. Well, blazes seemed to, I quickly couldn't find them anymore. Then I saw some coming back this direction, at least it seemed like it. And so I came over, straight over here and dumped my bag, and I walked up like, 100 meters up here through the grass. And then I had a look at my app, and right now, it actually seems to be pretty accurate with the trail. And it shows the trail walking down this thing for like 200 meters. So I think I'm gonna try that. I mean, I've already tried up this direction. So this direction is the only one left, and the old app says it, so let's see if it works out. Oddly enough, I found another indication of a trail. It's part of the old telephone system. Every so often, and this is the first time I've seen one on the South Boundary Trail, once in a blue moon you'll see one of these still up, where the crew that came to remove them all left it. So, pretty rare trail indication, but there it is. Well, I'm now completely dependent on my phone. It seems like this might be it. It shows me on pretty much right on top of it, and it shows it going in this direction, so just kind of go alongside this thing. But yeah, I've yet to find what I'm walking through right now is sort of a little trench, but it's also quite grown in, so I've yet to find an actual distinguishable trail. Wow. Finally, I lost the trail. I marked where I left, the other side of that rocky draw, because I knew I was going to have to go back there. That's 900 meters away, almost a full kilometer. I was wandering around down here and all over the place, and just sort of using my phone. That's all I really had. Without it, I don't think there's any way. There's no way. Yeah, that would have been bushwhacking, and really screw that, right? When I come back here tomorrow, I'll follow this trail as far as it goes, and then I'll make a waypoint, and then I'll give you guys coordinates, because that's the only way. Yeah, good Lord. Oh, all I can say is that it should be a whole lot easier coming back through it tomorrow. Oh, going through a rock garden. They're always cool, and the trail actually becomes good for a little while. Not hammering through willows or any of that. It's a nice treat. Well, coming alongside the Rocky River now, I kind of dumped my pack, and yeah. You never do see where the Medicine Tent River feeds into this thing. You don't actually see the Rocky Forks, like the actual fork. Great spot for a break. Oh God, I'm having flashbacks. This can't possibly be as bad as the last one, right? All right, so here's a bit of a trail and some blazes. Let's see if I can see something on the other side. Okay, that was just straight across. Thank you. Okay, I think it might be at Rocky Falls. I wonder if there's a better view a little farther down. Well, there was no other view of the falls. That's all you get. According to Don Beer's book, there's actually a little trail you can take to go have a bit of a better look at it. I didn't spot that, but on the way back, I'll do a little better with those falls. I'll at least take a break there. I really just stopped, saw them, and left. And hoped there'd be something better than that, but there wasn't. On a day like today where I already had a stressful event, and last night was a lot of stress too, trying to find the campground and the warden cabin, that was tough. So, you know, I've kind of used it up for a little while, and I'm in like hammer mode. I really want to just get this trail taken care of, fully explored. I mean, the rest of the way, not only have I watched How's the Hike YouTube video, which really helps, I downloaded his track for Gaia, so I feel like there's not going to be anywhere near the the kind of stress that I'm dealing with today. So I just want to get this over with, right? I want to get her done. And tomorrow on the way back, when I'll be tracing back all through this, it'll be a lot less stress. It'll just be a lot of kilometers. So just put in the work. And yeah, see how I feel when I get back to that waterfall. Maybe I'll check it out. Sweet. This is called Gretna Lake. Oh, there's some little ducklings over there. Yeah. This trail, like the northbounder trail sometimes you got a bushwhack to go see the sights. So came down all the way to the south side and there's still no like little trail down to it. So I just kind of made my way about 10 meters through the forest. Not too bad. It is shallow. Like, you can see like way down there, it's maybe a foot or two. Pretty sweet. Well, showing a kilometer to campground now. Something going on here. Nice view. Hasn't been a whole lot of them on this 10-kilometer portion. And something funny, it reeks. Rotten eggs. It smells like sulfur big time, so kind of interested to see what this looks like. Oh, this is pretty normal looking water. This isn't. Well, this part is, but you see it's kind of coming over here. See here, this is some algae. And over here, super, super clear. Yeah. Oh, it reeks. Woo! Wow, it goes a ways. Is it warm? Nope, it is still pretty cold. Cool. I think that water is probably good, but I don't think you'd want to take from the water down there. Probably a little more sulfur in it than you want to ingest. I'm not sure if sulfur is bad for you, but I'm going to go ahead and say probably. Yeah, just an addendum. I mean, you do go into Miette Hot Springs and the other hot springs, and there's probably sulfur in those, so that's probably fine. Whatever. Okay. At that springs thing, you go straight across, and you come down some of these rocks down here, and it appears I have found the trail again. And there's a blaze in this tree. Zero help from Parks Canada on this ever since Rocky Forks. I realize it's shut down trail, but it's almost as if they've come and like ripped all the yellow squares down. All right. This is a horse and a hiker site, so I expected it to be a little better than the last one. There's an old bear hang there. There's the privy sign. That's the first thing I spotted. And there's actually still a new look in one of these cable bear hangs here, still functioning. Okay, it's a pretty clear looking one. A lot of dirt on the bottom, but Not bad for a water source. A bajillion times better than Rocky Forks. Well, it might be a hiker horse, but still a log. And no surprises there. Absolutely no sign of any usage this year. Well, horses would certainly have a lot of grass to eat here, that's for sure. Well, I'm consistent. I got here at 3:30 again, just like yesterday. And again, I'm getting my tent out in the sun, trying to dry things off. I even have my sleeping bag up in there. I will say this, I have not seen rain since about 2 hours before I woke up this morning, got out of the tent. So I probably just jinxed myself, but hey man, good day to not have rain. That was an interesting 10 kilometers. I was looking around for a place to tie up my earth sack in the sun because it's wet, and I found the sign. Rocky Forks Grizzly, Climax Creek. Those things last a bajillion years, but not necessarily whatever they've been hammered into, right? Well, I had some soup. I've eaten everything today now except for my supper. I'm not going to bring that along this time, not like yesterday. Got my converted little day pack that I can pull off the top of my backpack. Bear spray. I'm not done. Let's go see what the rest of this trail has. Trail's just over here, and I mean, you can see the Rocky River like maybe 10 meters away, so come see it. Come see some open views. Not bad. I just crossed another big rock garden, like, ugh. I went kind of the like what I thought was pretty obvious direction, and it looks like there's the trail up there, so thank God. See, in this case, the river's right here, so you know, I mean, I go to the river, it takes me 5 seconds. Oh, can't find the trail, and there's only one direction to go. Whereas the other one, there was a couple directions. You know, you could go either way, and then obviously when I did go to the left, I missed the trail. Ended up bumping around in swamps and crap for quite a while. Good times. Now the trail doesn't seem too accurate on my app right now because it says I'm already past the crossing. The river is so high, it's taken over the trail. Man. I'm so close. I must be within a few hundred meters. And look at this. All right, well, nothing to do but go forward. I'm sure not turning back now. Well, with a little fancy footwork and a little luck, I managed to find the trail again. This river is just running rampant. And it's, you know, all the stuff that's running through out here, it's clearly, you know, just forest, right? Well, there's the trail. I crossed a little side stream here, and that came to my knees. That is unbelievable. And we got like Blaze. I think this is one of the crossings, but it's basically impossible for me to know which one. I think maybe that's a trail there, but the trail's so faded on the other side. Very impressive river, man. Wow. Yeah, no kidding, you can't cross this. I read online, someone's blog, they came out here in the middle of September and they still couldn't cross it. Well, I think over there was a suspension bridge site. I kept coming down here a little ways and I did find one Blaze, but things kind of petered out. Now I'm over here. This could be it. This could be the horse crossing, but again, no way for me to know. There's no parks cross, you know, there's nothing. There's no Karens, well, Blazes, I should say. Wasn't even thinking about looking for Karens. What a nasty river, man. Now look, this is the burn that came sweeping through. Burned down the original and its replacement even, Grizzly Cabin. Well, I can't explore any further, right? I mean, it's become really nasty in here, and I'm not gonna keep going up this way. Only got so much explore on me today. I'll mark off these spots, and maybe one day I'll come to the other side here, but apparently that's a massive pain in the butt, so. Well, it's pretty much official. I am turning back. I've seen all the trail this direction I can. And now it's just 150 kilometers back that way. Starting now. Used to be you could do the South-Boundary Trail from Jacque Lake. And then a big burn came through this area, making it really difficult for them to take care of. And they had a suspension bridge over this. So when the suspension bridge went, I think they just said, all right, South-Boundary Trail is Rocky Pass now to Nigel. So it got cut down. And that's the story of coming to explore all this trail and how a lot of it's just dying out, right? Well, this is crazy. The site that I thought was the first, like the suspension bridge crossing, is 200 meters down, and this water goes basically all the way down. Insane. I thought if I left my Crocs on and walked back up this water, it might be easier, but nah. I think it was just as hard as bushwhacking through this. Ah, well. I just came over to the banks before I've gone running off. Watch this. All right, let's test. How deep? How deep? How deep? How deep? How deep? How deep? I haven't hit bottom. The entire pole is in. The pole comes up like halfway up, you know, just above my stomach. That's right here. You have all that to cross. And I didn't hit bottom. All the hard work of old wardens and trail staff. Maybe one day this trail and all of it will be restored right back where it was, but sure doesn't seem like that now. It's nice to be going in the correct direction now. It's fun to come up here and explore, but every step I took down here, I knew I was going to take one right back the same direction and backtrack it. So it's nice to be doing that. And I'm one of the few people who has seen all the way down here. I mean, that bridge went out probably like 2002 or something, somewhere around there. So it became it was pretty impassable on the other side anyway. So yeah, it's no one can ever take that away from me, right? It's pretty cool stuff. Well, home sweet home for the night. Everything's unmolested. Food bag's over there. I decided not to put it right beside the trail. That's like, seems to have bear scat on it every 300 meters. Oh. Tomorrow's my biggest day. I have like nothing on my back, like as far as food. And I've already seen the 19 kilometers I'm doing, but that's still the biggest one of the day. Already having seen that 19 kilometers, that's kind of big. That's a big mental thing because I know exactly what's coming, right? And exactly what I got to deal with. So, yeah. Well, I decided to come find the river. It's maybe, I don't know, 50 to 100 meters away from the site, just through the bush. Unfortunately, there's no real good way to get to it. Like, it's just, I wish that was over here. I wanted to get my knees and my feet in there, but that's not going to happen on this side. And it doesn't look like there's anything better all the way down there, so. Well, I managed to clean dishes and get water. I had to like reach way down there with like death grip on whatever I was putting down there. Otherwise, if I'd have lost it, it'd have just been whoosh, bye-bye. But yeah. And it's not a bad little view here, right? Not bad at all. Well, I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna complete a couple things I need to do before to go to bed, and then tomorrow I got a 19-kilometer day. Time to go get the body all the rest it needs. Good night from deep in the backcountry.